Did you know that human beings all experience message units? No, you probably didn't. You're probably like, what is a message unit? Well, I'll tell you. See, a message unit is just the phrase that us hypnotherapists use to describe information that's being received into the mind, either from the environment, the physical body, the conscious mind, or the subconscious mind. Now, an example of receiving a message unit from your environment would be you watching this video right now on your phone. See, you're looking at your phone, so you're receiving this image of this phone. That image that you're receiving is input. That is a message unit. You're then hearing my voice come from this phone. That audio that you're receiving is input. That's a message unit. You're then feeling the phone in your hand, and that feeling that you're experiencing with the phone being in your hand, that's a physical feeling that you're feeling. That's input into the body, a message unit. If you were to eat something, the taste would be a message unit. Smelling would be a message unit. And those are examples of how you would experience a message unit from your external environment. Now, an example of experiencing a message unit from the physical body would be if you're like stretching and you're relieving tension. Those are message units within the body. If you're feeling a cramp and feeling tension, message units. When we talk about the conscious mind, to actively, consciously think about something and receive a feeling, that's a message unit. The subconscious mind would be thinking about a dream, or even having a dream, or having a flashback memory from something way in the past. That's a message unit. Now, you can understand how these message units are something that we all experience. And these message units ultimately can make a positive life or kind of a negative, not so good life. Now, when I refer to the word positive or negative in just that past sentence, I was referring to it from the perspective of moral, good, bad. But the subconscious mind actually refers to message units in the perspective of positives and negatives, but not from this moral compass way. The positives and negatives that the subconscious mind views message units in is really dependent upon whether or not the subconscious mind has experienced this message unit before. So if it's experienced a particular message unit before, then the subconscious mind automatically views it as a positive. If it's never experienced this message unit, then the subconscious mind places it into the space of negatives. And dependent upon whether or not it's a positive or negative, this can then have a huge impact on the individual's reality, on the individual's experience that they're having. If it's a negative, perhaps the person can revert to the fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, the primitive mind responses. The mind goes to this space of stress, of worry, because it's an unknown. Versus if it's a known, the mind may not revert to that reptilian primitive mind. The mind is able to go to different spaces and experience different things outside of just that base level of thinking. So when it comes to message units, it's really about, experiencing or recognizing your experience with these message units, experiencing things that you want to experience, experiencing things that can benefit you. Now, that doesn't, of course, mean you're always going to experience a positive. You're always going to experience a known. Experiencing knowns is a part of the human experience. Experiencing unknowns is a part of the human experience. And ultimately, experiencing unknowns really makes your subconscious mind stronger. So it's really about identifying triggers and being able to get the subconscious mind to really adhere to unknowns and adapt to unknowns versus completely fight, flight, freeze, or fawn when it's experience an unknown. You get what I'm saying? And you can go about that by way of practicing mindfulness or seeing a hypnotherapist. If you receive an unknown, a negative message unit, somebody giving you some negative affirmation about whatever it is you want to do, the hypnotherapist can get you into hypnosis and remove that message unit from the subconscious mind and replace it with a more positive message unit. Ultimately, the negatives that you receive do impact you as the positives do. If you were to receive a negative, it can make you doubt yourself. It can create other issues in your life, and which then can lead to particular actions, which can lead to particular things taking place in your life that perhaps may not happen if you had a positive in your subconscious mind. So that's why it's important to, pay attention to these message units you're experiencing and utilize your mindfulness pertaining to the message units that you experience, pertaining to identifying your triggers, pertaining to changing negatives to positives within the subconscious mind so that you then can, have a good life, have a good experience in life. That way you don't fall into the primitive mind, the basic fight, flight, freeze, or fawn experiences. So yeah, that's what I have to say about the message units. We all experience them, and we all have the capabilities to decide how we want to respond to these message units and what message units we ultimately want to accept. It's just firstly about recognizing I'm experiencing message units and then going from there. So I hope you have a good one. I hope that helped you out, brought some clarity, and be sure to follow me for more information. Check out my page, and peace. Have a good one. Peace.